we are now going into game number 2. The map will be Coda.
All right, Coda it is. It shouldn't be as hard as that last map. Not going to be super easy, though. It's not just like completely a Protoss map or anything like that. But Maru looking good right now. Has some good game sense. Finished herO off with style. Some good multi-pronged harassment, good big drops. Is herO going to do something a little bit frisky, or is he going to go for a macro game?
We're going to see Artosis. Whatever herO's going to do right now, it has to work, because this is not a group you want to end up in the loser's match in. It is so difficult to bounce back. You want to try to at least get to the winner's match. It's got to be the goal here. Our game's loaded up. Game number 2, herO versus Maru. In the bottom right, in the red.
CJ Entus herO.
In the upper left, in the blue.
JinAir 그린링스 Maru.
Alrighty. Wait and see what these guys have in store for us. Tasteless, you had a day off yesterday. What did you do?
Oh man, I just chilled. I just hung out at home.
Great answer.
Yeah, I just took it easy, played with the cat.
Yeah.
Welcome to the studio, everybody. Thanks so much for coming down.
Hope that you are all enjoying very much so the games tonight. Of course, I guess they just started, so you could only have enjoyed the game tonight. That one wasn't really that enjoyable either. You know what? I'm going to come back to that later. You guys just chill and wait.
No, I took it easy. Yes, I did watch the TV drama or TV comedy series Wet Hot American Summer.
Yeah.
Very, very funny. Really enjoyed that. GSL, Find Your Hype. It's DJ Waters. What's up, man? Thanks for coming down. Oh, I just remembered. You asked me on Twitter, and I didn't answer because I'm horrible about responding to anything on Twitter.
Oh, me too.
Where the Heroes of the Storm matches are. That's at Yonsan Station in the iPark Mall.
Yeah, I finished the first season of Mr. Robot last night.
Yeah, I haven't seen it yet. Is it good?
Yes, it was quite good. I really enjoyed it.
All right, so we got some support here from Terran. We need some Terran support. There's only one Terran here today. Welcome to the studio. And I also
spelled Bisu wrong on that sign, but okay.
Now, I also saw, before this game starts up, I did see Narco, and that is fantastic.
Yeah, I'm going to take a look at that.
Yeah, you take a look-see at that. So we have a Reaper build coming here from Maru. This map is interesting. I don't think it affects builds as much as some of the other maps we have. I think Protoss can still sort of do what they want to do, and same with Terran.
Yeah, third base is like slightly out there, so it can be a little bit tougher.
That's a bit normal nowadays, though, for most maps.
Yeah.
The third base used to be like just so close to the second base, it was really easy to take, and now they've sort of adjusted the way they're making the maps now to make that a little bit more difficult for Zergs and Protosses especially.
Yeah, and like, for instance, our third map, Echo, if herO makes it to it, that's going to be the map most suited for a defensive macro game against Maru. It's easier to block drops coming to your main and whatnot, just the layout of the bases. But here, he's decided to go for it, a little bit of tech, going for Oracle. And, of course, Maru did scout that. It could be Phoenix, of course, but let's guess it's Oracle.
All right, it is Oracle. Good guess.
Yeah, and if he follows up with Phoenix, that's not necessarily a bad thing. There's like a decent amount of airspace that you might want to cover, but Maru has shown himself to be quite good against Phoenix-type play in the past.
Yeah, I think Phoenix play would just be such a gamble, right?
You know, Phoenix Colossus can be a good build. I think like making 4 or 5 Phoenixes against Maru on very drop-heavy maps like Bonnie can be smart. Because his drops are so good, you really need to try to punish them as much as you can and prevent the damage as much as you can. But it's tough, man. he's just so good against everything, basically. But I wouldn't mind seeing it.
All right, so we have the robotics facility coming up here. The Oracle now coming in. Of course, knowing this, as G.I. Joe would say, knowing this half the battle. So the fact that the Oracle comes in, but Terran was already aware that that was coming here, it's a little bit tougher to do much. And Maru's been doing a pretty good job keeping these Marines in this neutral space here, so they can kind of help out in any other location on the map.
Yeah.
So a little bit annoying here to not do much damage with the Oracle. The Oracle, it does have utility later on, but it's not like the same kind of utility that you see when you have an Oracle against Zerg later, where you can use that to detect.
Oh yeah, that's true. You aren't going to use it for detection, really.
Yeah, you kind of.
But tagging stuff can be good.
Yeah, tagging Medivacs, I guess, is probably its best thing. Maybe killing an SCV that would go make a command center and an expansion. But how often do people do that anymore?
And you know what? Throughout the game, like, buildings are going to spiral out from where the turrets are, and Marines aren't always going to be the main, so he might get a little bit of damage later on like that, but, I mean, none of that's that big of a deal. I think the main issue is that he gets to scout with it. You know, he sees when the army moves out, he sees what buildings there are, because this is going to move around a lot faster and get information a lot easier than observers will.
Well, concussive shells is almost done. I wasn't sure if Terran was actually going to move out any further with that. It looks like he just wanted to try to come out and see if there was a probe or anything out on the map. Is the Oracle going to try to come in here and actually shave off some SCVs?
I don't think so. That turret's quite well placed. Yeah, I think he's mostly going in trying to find like SCVs building depots or something on the edge.
Yeah, anything like that.
Yeah,
okay.
There you go. Just like that. Well, I guess that was a factory, but still. It was nice.
That's the play. You go for the factory kills there.
Yeah. I love to kill factories with my Oracle. It's pretty awesome.
That's when you feel really good. A small group moving down here. This is going to be passed over by the Observer. I can't imagine herO not being diligent enough to not see this on the mini-map. And knowing something like this is great, he might have wanted to not move it at all there.
Yeah, that's
just because of the blur.
Yeah.
But this army's moving down here. And so you better believe force fields are going to be completely ready.
Yeah, he shouldn't take any damage from that. If he does, he's in a lot of trouble. But has plenty of sentries there. Has his mothership core ready as well. A few zealots also to buffer. Finally does get a Colossus on the way.
All right, remember there's no medevac with this. So good force fields are just going to eat this. Look at that.
And Maru targeting everything down as quickly as he possibly can for maximum damage. And
fight for the sentries.
Hey, look at that. He's going to make it out with 2 of the Marines.
Now, you don't get to see it something like this every day, but...
Only Maru.
only Maru against herO.
Yeah.
Sentries chasing after a Marine. That's an unusual thing.
Yeah, you got to kill every unit you can, man.
Yep, you absolutely do. So that was a little victory there. I'm a bit surprised that Maru actually did that.
Yeah, well... The thing is, that is normally going to do a lot better against anyone. Like, notice how late the Colossi actually started. That's because he warped in 4 sentries. You don't normally get 4. You know, that's kind of a high number. He really did not expect for 4 sentries and 4 zealots to be sitting there. That's like quite a few warp-ins to have before you even start your Colossus. A lot of times you're starting Colossus with a build like this off of like 3 units, not 8. So, definitely... like a very clever move by herO here, one that gets him a little bit of an advantage this game.
Well, herO is a very adaptive player. I mean, he's a super bright guy. It's just tough because Maru is... there's so much perfect technique into what he's doing. It's not just the ideas behind it, it's how he executes it. And okay. That was really quite bad, actually. You need to keep that alive, even though it's not doing that much, because you want to be able to monitor army movement, any attacking. Maybe you'll spot it. Yeah. Thing is, you probably aren't going to get another Oracle either for the rest of this game, because you're in such a hurry to try to get everything else fortified and in its proper place.
Yeah, so that amount of gas, you have plenty other things you'd rather do. You know, especially upgrades, which he hasn't even gotten to start quite yet. You know, it's a good thing he got to pick off those units. It's like the one real victory he's had this game. I guess overall he has ended up killing 8 workers. Oracle did do a little bit of work, but that was like all kind of over time, so it's not nearly... You know, you fly in with the Oracle on the first pass to kill 8 workers, you're going to win the game. But yeah, 8 workers over the course of 12 minutes, it's like, oh, okay, well, Maru's still fine.
Okay, he's going to come out here now. Missed force fields. Not too much of a big deal. 122 to 120 supply. Maru rallying up here in the middle of the map. Now there are, I'm going to use your PC for a second. How many observers? We got 2 observers on the map. They're okay placed. There's one outside, and then there's one over here to the right. He never moved that observer. It's on the far upper right side of the mini-map. He never moved that one that saw that army that he killed off coming through there. I don't know how useful that's going to be for this game, but most of this map is a dark, confusing place.
Yeah, it certainly is. He's going to have to really move his units around into the right locations. And here we go. We do have Maru actually going in, poking this third base. By the way, I want to revisit the 4 sentries once again, because not only was that really good against that early push, but getting 4 sentries against Maru in general is fantastic, because your blink stalkers aren't quite as important. They're important for like getting drops and like obviously micro and catching units and stuff, but he's so Marauder heavy, and he relies so heavily upon things like concaves to end up killing your Colossi and getting enough surface area.
Right.
That force fields are going to be huge throughout this game against Maru's
That's
style.
the lucky observer, man.
Indeed.
That might be a flying rabbit's foot, my friend. Now look at that. He has been able to spot everything that's coming at him. He's going to come down here now. Luckily, herO did have a little bit of time to know ahead of time what was coming, and he's going to clean that drop up very nicely.
Yeah, no problem whatsoever. An attack does try to hit the third, but no. herO is there as well. Now he's going to go ahead and make a Void Ray. That's really cool. Void Ray does kill a medevac super fast.
Yeah. Don't see this very often, but I guess because of the way this game's going and
like if
how Maru's known to play.
If you have a Void Ray and you catch the medevac coming in and you turn on the Void Ray, you use its, prismatic charge, it will kill the medevac before the medevac gets in your base. Whereas if you make like a Phoenix or even 2 Phoenixes, they won't. The medevac will just go in and unload, and you're like, oh no. So
I guess I lose. Now, again, this observer is the MVP of this game. This one in the upper right, he sees that. Look at that. That observer is getting a medal.
This is a huge amount of medevacs right now, by the way.
Yeah. And
barely doesn't get that one.
Yeah, that didn't do what it was supposed to do.
And flies it right over all the units, so we'll lose that in a matter of seconds. He does have quite a few Widow Mines down here, so those are going to do a good job.
He's actually going to drop on top of the Colossus as well.
Yeah, the second drop of 3 medevacs on top of these Colossi. There were some Zealots in there to help clean up, but he ends up getting the Colossi, which is huge. Starting to target down the Nexus is Maru. We have all of these Archons that actually are having a hard time even fitting through.
Kind of a funny situation there. Protoss is still behind, and remember guys, Marines, Marauders, Medevacs, he's going to be making this the whole game. So if you could trade this for complex Protoss unit compositions like Colossi, Sentries, Archons, Templars, even though it looks like it's an exchange where one guy strikes and the other guy chases him out, the Terran is coming out on top.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's just like,
it's just like when you're playing against mech. It's like think of a lot of these units that Protoss has as things like siege tanks.
Yeah, siege tanks or Ravens and stuff like that.
Bio is bio, man. It's easy to make.
Yeah. So even this Archon here, that costs so much gas. That's not acceptable.
Yeah, you can't. He's picking off units like that and just losing a few Marines and Marauders. That's great for him. He picks up that Mothership Core, continuing to push forward right now.
I believe if Maru wins this game, it'll be based off a series of little victories. It's just every engagement, okay, I hit you here, but you hit me here, but when we add this all up at the end, almost like a boxing match, where it might be harder for the the standard person who's watching to tell who's winning.
Yeah,
you look at it, it's like, no man, he hit him in the head 15 times more.
It's kind of interesting that like herO defended so well this game. It was really that drop of 3 medevacs on top of his Colossi because he started wrecking that drop.
Hold up, this is kind of funny. herO actually went around the army. I think Maru expected herO to chase him, and now herO's just going to go. It's kind of similar to last game, but not quite as brutal.
Dude, this flank is going to wreck him if he stays there.
Oh my God, he's coming from every angle.
No way, no how.
This is like 360 degrees of attacking, and he like picks up that one Colossus inside the Warp Prism. I think that's actually game.
Maru just looking so fantastic right now.
Yeah, that's it. GG.
Jeez. Wow. All right, Maru.
Maru basically ran away. and trying to bait herO to chase him, and herO's like, I'm going straight to the heart. And then Maru just turns around and surrounds him. Colossi are possibly the worst unit when they're surrounded.
Oh yeah, they are the worst unit when surrounded.
No, hold on. The Sentry is the worst unit. But
I tell you what, if he had a Sentry, that would have done better than those Colossi did. That was like, he just got so wrecked there. It really was about Maru trading his barracks units for those more complex units, those gas-heavy units, and like the moment where he really broke herO was that those 3 medevacs that came in after the drop, because if those hadn't come in right then, herO destroys that drop, and herO's sitting on 3 bases with a great unit composition, but unable to hold on. He needed, to play a very long game to end up beating Maru here, and Maru just didn't let it happen.
Now, let's not forget here, guys.